Good day everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to treat an aspect of technical drawing which is called development, where we'll be looking at a subtopic called triangulation or radial line method in developing a surface. Now one thing about triangulation is that it is the geometric development process used to create patterns of conical and transition shapes, right? There are some surfaces that you can't easily develop, but with the help of triangulation you'll be able to determine the true length of the line or the surface on the drawing by creating right angle triangle. Now, to save a long story, what we'll do is we want to draw the development of this surface here, right? This is the elevation, this is the plan, and this is the front view. So the first thing you have to do is to reproduce this drawing. So how will I reproduce this drawing? The first thing I will do is to draw this. I'm told that the total length, height they are all equal, so a square is a square in nature, right? So since you write 84 and this is a square in front of it, so the length, breadth all are 84 millimeter. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my set square and I'm going to take my set square and I will draw an horizontal line this way, right? And measure 84. So I'm going to measure 84. So measure the 84. Let me take this point to be my point B, or let me say my point A, right? And I'm going to measure 84. So from 0 to this is my 84. So taking it, that is 84. And I'm going to draw my vertical line to get the other part of the 84. So from this point here to here is 84, and I'm going to thicken it. Right, and I will close it up. And I'll close it up too. So that is the first step. Now the second step that we have is this. I have a circle inside and diameter of 50 from the base to a height of 42. I will get the center. So that means the center of this circle. I'll draw the center of this square. I'll draw a circle of diameter 50. So that's what I'll do. One of the easiest way to get your center of the square is by the help of your diagonals. So once I draw a diagonal this way with my faint line, and I draw another diagonal this way with my faint line, so where they meet at this point will be the center of this square. So the next thing I'll do is to draw using the radius of 25 to draw that circle. So I'm going to measure 25 from here to here is 25, right? And I'll place it at the center. and I'm going to draw my circle, ticking it. That is the first step. So I'm done drawing the plan. Now is the elevation. Now if you look this, the elevation height is 60. So at any given radius, your height doesn't really matter the height you want to go. At any given radius between here and here, you measure 60. That is what I mean. First of all, you should be able to just project these points up. That is the first thing you should do. So you're going to know where you're going to end. So just project it a little bit with my faint line. It means that at any given radius, just with any height, just let me just say from here to here, because I'll close here up. So that is what I'm talking about. At any given radius, yours can be as higher than this if you want to. So the next thing I'll do is that since the height given is what, 60, I will just project here up the center of this circle, and I'll project it up. So from the base where it meets this, I'm going to measure 60 upward. So from here to here, this is 60 here. That's my 60. Right? So I'll move my set square to that point, and I'll just draw my horizontal line, faint line, this way. Can you see that? So in doing that, I'll project all my points to that line. So with the help of my set square, I'll move this one to this point. I'll go into my circumference of my circle. I'll also project it upward. I'll go to the next circumference. I'll project it upward. Then the last point here, which we have, is already there also. So what I will just do is, if you look at this point here, it is closed. So I'm going to close this point from here to this point. I'll close it up. You can see that. Then from here to here also, I'll close it up. Then from here to here also, I'll close it up. So I have completed this figure, right? Now it's for me to start developing the surface of this shape. So the first thing I'll do here is this. Now divide here into as many parts as you can. You can divide it into 8. You can divide it into 12, and so on and so forth. So let me divide it into 8 and see, just to save our time. Or I should divide it into 12, okay? 12 should be okay. So I take my set square, I'll divide it into 12 or into 12. This is the first one. Alright, I'm placing it this way on my set square. Or if you can't do that, you can, with the help of your T-square, you draw an horizontal line this way from one circumference and the other end of the circumference, and you take your compass, then you place it with the radius, which is this. You can see that. So you mark up, go to the next point also, you mark here, you come to the center, you mark left and right. So you allow those points to pass through the center. So this will pass through the center to the other side. Also this will pass through the center to the other side. Also this will pass through the center to the other side. Then the last but not the least is this. Let's complete it to the center. So I will start by writing them. So I can say this should be 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I can go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So because it's symmetrical. Now, after doing that, I'll project all those points upward. So from 6 is up, this is point 6, and this is point 0. This is when I project them up to this point here. Now the next one will be from this to 5 on the same point, project them. This is 5. Then project 4. This is 4. The next one is 3. Already there. The next one is 2. Then the next one is 1. So this is what I have here. If I move them. Now the next thing is I'm going to draw a horizontal line this way. And I'll come here also. I'm going to draw another line this way. And I'll draw another line this way. So what I will do is this. At every edge, this is an edge here. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is what? D. They are zone. Alright? So at this edge, I'm going to draw radial lines to touch each point. This to this, this to this, this to this, and this to this. Go to the next point too. I'll do the same thing. From B to 3, from D to 4, from D to 5, from D to 6. Can you see that? And the next thing I'll do on the point C also, from here to C, from here to C, from here to C, and to C. Now come here also, do the same thing from A to 0, from A to 1, from A to 2, and from here also to this point. Now I've done that. I'm having 4 triangles here. Now the next thing you do here is this. If you recall that this figure is symmetrical, my B3 is in the same my A3, my B4 is in the same my A4, my B5 is in the same my A5. So when I get one part, I've gotten the entire part. So I can use one part to construct everything. Now this is what I mean here. So let's start. I'll take my compass to get the true length, because I can't really get the true length between B and 3 because it's inclined, or B and 4. So I want to get the true length of this line using the elevation. Now from B to 3, I'll draw an arc, but the arc will be passing. I'll draw an arc this way. So the arc is passing through 3 and 6, so this will be 3, 6, and I'll come again to 4 to be passing through 5. Right, so this will be 4, 5. So I'll call it to be prime, 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 prime. So let's proceed. Now I'm going to project this point upward. So from 6, sorry, we have to be touching this side. So from here, I'll project this upward. To touch this point, and from here also, I'll project this upward to touch this point. Right, and this to me, I'm gonna say it is my B, D, because on the same point, and I'll call it to be A, C. Now what I'll do is, I'm going to, if you notice, this will be, I'm going to project this point here to meet each of these points here. First one, and the second one. So if this is B3, from B this will be 3 prime, 6 prime. There will be 4, 5. So if I want that, the true length of B to 3 is the same. It is B to 3 here. So when I measure here, to be my true length of this point here. Right? Now, what I want to do now is to draw the development. So the first thing I will do, I would have drawn it here, but because there is no space, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw it somewhere around here. Right? So let's start. I will draw a line AB. Right? I'm going to draw a line AB. So this is my line. So I'll mark a point. Let me call this point here, beginning of the point, let me call it point A. So with the radius of AB from here to here, which is 84, I'll mark it on this, and I'll get my B. So with the radius of A1, this is A1, I can't really get the true length here. So I know that A1, right, is equals to what? B, and A3 is equals to what? B3. So I can come here, I place from B here to the point 3 here, because this is 3, right, and I'll place it at A, and I'll strike an arc. The same thing at B, they are the same thing, so I don't have to stress myself. I just go to, if I go, I'll place it at B also. I'm going to strike another arc. So where they meet, I'll call that point 3. So I'll join it together here. my faint line first. Right, now the next thing again is that I'm going to measure 3 to 4, right? The 3 to 4, I'll come to point 3 as the point. I'm going to strike an arc this way. 3 to 4, strike an arc that way. That is arc 3. Then B to 4. So I can't really get the true length here. I'll come here and take my compass and measure B to 4 here. So that is 0.4,5. So I'll now come to my B and I'll strike an arc. So where it meets, that will be my 0.4. So now the next thing I'll do is 4 to 5 here. I'll come to 0.4. I'll strike an arc this way. Then from B to 5, I'll come here. I'll measure to 5 here, which is this. You can see that. Then I'll come at radius B. I'm going to strike another arc. So I'll call that point 0.5. Then the next thing is 5 to 6. I'll come at 5. I'll strike another arc like this, right? Then from B to 6, because this is B5, from B to 6, I'll come here, move to where 6 is here, to get the true length, and I'm going to get 0.6. That will be 0.6. Now that's the first thing you do. Now you join those points together like this, from here to 4, from here to here, and from here to here. And use your French curve to join these 3 points together this way. So I can just use my French curve to join from here to here. Probably I get from here. Nice one. Then let me just complete this. So we move forward. Now with radius B6, right? I need B6. I'll do this. So radius BD here. I'll place it at the center B. I'll strike an arc. Then D6. Between D and 6, I'm going to get this. Between D and 6, I'll come here to get D6. With radius 6 here, I'll strike an arc where it cuts here. So where it cuts that point, I'm going to join them with my rule this way. I'm going to join this 2.6 this way, and I'll repeat the same procedure. So between 6 and 5, I'll come to 0.6. I'll strike an arc. Then D and 6. D and 5, I'll come at this point here where point D is, and I'll go to 0.5 here. So I'll come at that point here and I'll cut, because this point here is D. So where it meets will be my 0.5, and I'll just draw a line that is connecting them together. Now the next one is 5 and 4. So 5 and 4. I'll come to 5. I'll strike an arc. Then D4 is here. At the next point, I'll come to this D, then 4. Where they intersect will be 0.4. Right? Then I'll take my rule. I'm going to connect this to this. And the next one is 4 and 3. I'll come to 4. I'll strike an arc. Right? Then D3. I'll come to where D is. I'll go to 3. So place it on D. And I'll strike another arc here. So where they meet is our 0.3. So join the line together. I'll join the line together here. So I'll join the line together here. So with the help of my French curve, I'm going to connect that here. All those points, I'm going to connect them together. So with this, taking 3 points at a time. Then I'll take these 2. That's one. Then the next one, repeat the same process again. D, this is A, B, D. We have done A, B, D. Now is C now. So DC, I'll place it from D to C. I'll place it at D. I'll strike an arc. Right? Then the next one will now be D3 or C3. Yep, C3. So I'll come from this here because D3 and C3 is the same thing. So I'll just take D3 here because it's a symmetrical object. So I'll place it at 3 and I'll mark here. So where they meet, I'm going to connect these 2 points together because that point will be point ABD, ABD, then it will be point C. Right? So I'll join it to 3 here. Now I'll continue what I was doing. I'll take my compass, stop at 3, right? So from 3 to 2, from 3 to 2, I'll place it here. I will strike an arc this way. Then from C to 2, C to 2 is something that's saying D to what? D to 4. So I'll take this D and I'll go to this point and I'll place it here at C and I'll strike an arc. So when they meet will be 0.2, right? Take my set square of my rule. I'll join this point to this point. And the next one will be 2 to 1. Place it at 2 to 1. I'll place it at 2. I'll strike an arc. Then C1 is something that's saying D5, right? So I'll go to 5. Right? And I'll place it here. I strike another arc to cut it. So that point will be my point 1. Right? And I'm going to join this to this. Now the next one will be 1 to 0, and I'll place it at 1. I'll strike an arc. Then C0, something as saying D3 or D6. Are we good? So I'll go to this point on 6, and I'll place it here, and I'll strike an arc. So that'll be my point 0. So connect those points together. So use my French curve, and I'm going to put those things together from here with the help of my French curve, and I'll be having this also. So what I'll do is I've done A, B, D, C, A, B, D, C, and probably back to A, since I'm having how many? 4 triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to end at A, right? So what I will do is from this point, so next one is C to A. So I'll measure my C to A, which is from here to here. I'll place that C, and I'll strike an arc at this point here. So I said C to A. This is the radius here. Measure C to A, and you are going to mark somewhere around here, right? Now the next thing will be C to 0 is the same as saying B to what? B to 6 or B to 3. So that is C to 0, so I'll place it here. So I'll place it at the point 0. I'm going to mark, right? So I'll connect. I've gotten my point A. I've gotten the point A. Let me show you that. There's the point A here, and I'll join those 2 points together. As you can see, and I'll join these 2 points also together from A to 0, right? So this is what we are having. So we have successfully drawn our shape. So let me just close this up with faint and thick line. This, and then this, and this, this, and this. So I'm bringing them out. I'm bringing it out. Then this. Then this. So I have successfully drawn it. So you go to 0 to 1 again. Just repeat the same process. From 0 to 1, you come at 0, you mark, you mark at 0. Then from A to 0 is what you are saying from B to what? To 6, right? So I'll come to, from this point, I'll go to the line of 6, and I'll go to A here. What I mean by saying A at this point, I'll go to A at this point here, right? And I'm going to mark on it. that will be my point 1. This will be my point 1, and I'm going to join A and 1 together. So I'll do the same thing too. I'll move to 1 to 2, 1 to 2. I'll come to 1. I'll slash and arc 2. Now 1 to 2 from here. 1 to 2 from here is the same thing as A to 2. The same thing as saying B to 4. So I'll go on this line here. I'll mark B to 4, which is the true length. I'll come at A at this point here. I'll come at A at this point here, and I'll slash that point. That is from A to 4, and B to 4 here. So come here. I'm going to slash here, right? So in doing that, I will connect the two together. So I'm going to connect that together. This is 2. We connect A to 2. Then the last but not the least. So from 2 to 3. From 2 to 3 here. I'll come at this point 2. I'll strike an arc. 2 and 3. This is as saying, if you look at it very well, 2 and 3. You said A and 3 is as saying B and 3. So I'll go to B to 3 here. And I'll strike an arc from A. Right? So I'm going to join those 2 points together. So joining point A. So connect, this is 3 here. So connect A to point 3. So what I've done is, I'll use my French curve, and I'm going to join those points together like this. So we have successfully constructed the development of this figure here using triangulation or radial line method. If you have found this video helpful, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye.